What up? What it is? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Docu Reacts. I am your host, Flyer, and I'm here with your other host, Young Doc Holla. And you know what? That ain't even what this is. I mean, it is, but it ain't. This is actually the VNN, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was just stuck on a conversation about the overhead joint, so it's kind of stuck in my head. But this is the VNN, though. So you have young Edward Enigma in this bitch, and you have Victor J. Freeze in this bitch, but you never see them two niggas in the same place at the same goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? What up, though?
Yo, what's happening with it, Captain?
Man,
Groovy's in a groove?
the people gotta mind the OG intro fumble because it's been a while since we're being in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I dig, man. It's been a minute.
But we gotta get on it
Woo-wee.
and talk about it. First of all, Wrestle Fest Smash WrestleMania Field Weekend with some titles exchanging hands, uh, some good battles jumping off. Uh,
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so right now I'm just talking in terms of what I hear and what I've seen on the goddamn interwebs, um, and YouTube, of course. That's my shit, my main source.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah.
my man here watched the whole shit, both days and all that. And I got a few questions, so we gonna let this man take over the WrestleFest talk. Matter of fact, take it away, young
Yo.
Freeze.
Well, thank you, my boy, Mr. Enigma. Hey, welcome again to the VNN, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe as always. We appreciate what y'all do with us and for us and with us and about us. And we still ain't forgot about you 300 over on the other side of Doc and Them Reacts. They was
Oh
telling
no,
us
we
about
gonna
it
get
earlier
into that.
today. So
We gonna get into
so we,
that.
we do appreciate that, what y'all about. Um, Other than that, yo, I just wanted to say WrestleMania WrestleMania weekend was such an exciting program this year. I'm only going to hit y'all with some of the highlights. I'm not about to uh I'm not about to go into the whole nine and tell you the lines, but I'm gonna tell you some of my favorite matches the night, some of the best moments and the shockers and all that shit. So let's get into it, y'all. So first off, I wanted to say this. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's four letters, one word. Uh, yeet. Yes, sir. So Jey Uso has beaten the reigning defending champion for the world heavyweight title, Gunther, the Ring General. Yes, so Jey Uso beats the Ring General with his own move, actually, by a submission after giving him three Uso splash, after spearing him, after kicking out of a couple of German suplexes and body slams and shit. So yeah, man, good fucking match for Jey Uso. I thought they started the night one of WrestleMania 41. Really great match, and then throughout the night, the craziness just started. I also want to get into congratulations to uh, Fa Two for beating LA Knight for the U.S. Championship. I just thought that it was, such an incredible match, but we all knew that Jacob Fatu is the next up and comer. Like, he is a shining light, a beacon, a star in his own right. So definitely shout out to Jacob Fatu on that win. Well deserved. I will get into um, the end of WrestleMania Night One, which is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, and the diabolical, the master of disaster, a true villain after my own heart,
Yes,
Mister
sir.
Paul Heyman. Yes, sir. Paul Heyman went and did the double cross the double line, backflip around the back pass to Seth Rollins for the win. And let me tell you guys, it was such an amazing uh, uh, double cross that I just enjoyed it all the way. So shout out to Seth Rollins and the new faction that they have formed. Now slide over to night 2 of WrestleMania, and we're just going through this real quick because, like I said, I'm not going to dive into everything. I'm just going to give y'all some of the highlights and some of my favorite matches. First of all, this match here, the women's world heavyweight title with Io Sky, with Bianca Belair, with Rhea Ripley. Let me tell you, this should have been the main event, hands down. This should have been no, that's Tiffany Stratton. This should have been the match of the night. I'm telling you, what those three women did in the what those three women have done in the beginning of night 2. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, what those three women have done in that night was super phenomenal. They went harder than the men. They entertained the whole 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or whatever however long they went. And it was just that damn good. I cannot tell you, you cannot spell WrestleMania without the EST, even though I believe that Rhea Ripley did not deserve a shot at the title because she didn't earn it, as Bianca did earn her slot. I felt like Io Sky held her own, and it was well deserved that she retained her title. So shout out to Io Sky for holding her title down after knocking out Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair on that match. Now to slide a little bit further ahead, yo, my man, 50 grand. One of the hardest working men in the last 4 years. He does great works when it comes to wrestling. He has put a lot of guys over. He has done a lot of great things. My man, Dominic Mysterio, has won the Intercontinental Championship. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dirty Dom from the Judgment Day has won the Intercontinental Championship. If you are living under a rock and you don't know by now, that's what happened. Great fucking match. It was versus Penta. It was versus Finn Balor. It was versus the reigning at that time Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker, which is the blue chip nugget from the Steiner brothers, one of the Steiner brothers' sons, Braun Breaker. And I'm gonna tell you like this: that was another exciting match to watch. It had all the ups and downs. It had great carnage throughout the match. You know what I'm saying? Plus Penta. Cero Mero, that guy right there is definitely a future star, if not already one of the biggest luchadors coming into the game, and I fucks with him super hard. So shout out to Penta, but yo, let's keep it on Dirty Dom for winning the Intercontinental Championship. Well deserved. He needed a title. He deserves a title. I hope that he retains it for at least after SummerSlam, maybe up until I don't know, give him until, towards the end of the year. Like shit, maybe take it off of him after Christmas or something like that, like early next year. But I really like Dirty Dom as a champion right now, so hopefully they'll keep it on him for a while. But other than that, let's fast forward over to the main event, which is John Cena. Well, let me give an honorable mention. Joe Hendry showed up from TNA. The TNA champion Joe Hendry showed up. Right. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah. So Joe Hendry, he showed up. I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was pretty cool. It was something great for the fans. He turned up. Yep, right there. Stop right there. Yep, that's Joe Hendry right there fighting with Randy Orton. Yep. And I thought it was pretty good. Fast match, easy match, really good, very entertaining, great for the as a filler match until we got to the main bread and butter, which was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Now, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, I didn't know if John Cena was going to win his 17th championship to become one of the quote unquote goats of the WWE, because he has now surpassed Ric Flair as far as the WWE title is concerned with 17 wins. But yeah, John Cena, congratulations for show. His heel turn is really incredible. It's just crazy. Honestly, I don't know why Cody Rhodes has had the belt as long as he's had it, but hey, it is what it is. Personally, I think Cody Rhodes is okay, but I I don't think that he should have been the champion as long as he has been the champion. He's not really that great of a guy. So hopefully when they come out with this new belt, it'll be, new challengers, new storylines, and overall a great year for WrestleMania 42 and the build up for the next WrestleMania. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have any comments, if I missed anything, if there was something that you wish I would have spoke on, please leave it in the chats. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to y'all and address it in due time. Other than that, man, yeah, WrestleMania weekend, definitely a big success. WrestleMania weekend, definitely entertaining as always. And shout out to Triple H for what he's doing, what he has been doing, and also getting into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, so that
Shout out
is
to the Hall of
your
Famer.
WrestleMania news.
All right,
That
so
is your WrestleMania news.
shout out to the Hall of Famer, young Triple H Hendry. Shout out to Joe Hendry for popping up. You know what I'm saying? Showing up, showing out. I got some questions though, brother, and then I get
Yeah,
rest of my house. Hey,
yeah.
uh, did you predict any of the matches? Did any of the matches go the way you think it was gonna go? You thought they were gonna go?
Um, Dirty Dom. I predicted Dirty Dom to win, only because he's worked. He's been surpassed a few times with the belt, and I felt like although the obvious choice would have probably been giving it to Penta, dropping the belt to Penta. Um, he's still new and he hasn't paid his dues enough in the WWE to just come in and then win a belt right off the bat, especially when uh, Dominic Mysterio has really just been awesome over the last year and a half when it comes into that intercontinental division. Plus, he was North American champ twice, so we know that he's able and capable of holding a belt. Um, so yeah, I'm
So
just
with what like you were saying, right? My man was too new to come in to get a belt and all that. But they will do that shit like that to shake shit up. Yes.
sometimes, but it's usually to a veteran who's coming back, kind of like when Becky Lynch just came back and was Lyra Valkyria's um, tag partner, and they beat Liv and Raquel for the women's champion tag championships. Like shit like that happens a lot. CM Punk coming in and almost becoming the world champion right off the bat. Shit like that is what happens, but um, you know, if you're a true wrestling fan, we're not going to stand for that. If you're in the WWE universe, we're not going to stand for shit like that. We want motherfuckers with a storyline. We want motherfuckers that we can follow and invest a little bit of interest in as far as the storyline is concerned. Other than that, it's just like a cheap victory, and you shouldn't be champion for too long. That's why I believe they let Cody Rhodes hold the belt for as long as he did, because his story
I
and his
told you, yeah, that was the
storyline
whole,
and his buildup.
yeah. We had that
Say what?
conversation. So we had that
Yeah,
conversation.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So that's
okay,
all.
so right quick. I mean, more questions. But not only that though. Would you? Okay, so with that being said, right? Would you have been mad if
Mm.
Pinta won? Pinta won
Nah, not at all. Not at
because of
all.
the
Like I
way he
said,
came in, right? Like he came in on fire, did his shit, had some great matches, right? And so,
right,
you know what I'm
correct,
saying? It wouldn't be a surprise if he won, but you are satisfied with the way it went in terms of
right. Well, who really deserves it? Sometimes it's about giving. Sometimes it's about giving your dues to the motherfucker that really deserves that.
yeah,
It's
that's
like,
fine. Yeah, you pay your dues, you get your
yeah,
earnings.
like you
You
he
make your
he he
bones, you
earned it.
come
So
down. Yeah.
and if they didn't drop it on him this year, there's no telling how long, how long before he would actually got a shot, and then it would have been just like, you know, then it would have been just a, a tiresome, like beating a dead horse, basically. Like, man, y'all should have been gave this nigga this shit. Like the buzz and that fire. It's like when you about to hit hit the field, and you know that you about to hit the field playing a football game. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to go all season and not touch the football field, and then go next season and not touch the football field, and then in your last year when you know you're supposed to hit that football field and you still don't hit that shit. It's like, now it's too late, man. We don't want to even see you no more, because now there's more talent coming in. There's somebody
Yeah,
hotter. There's somebody, you know what I'm saying? That so it's like you got to kind of balance that shit, and that's what I like about what Triple H is doing. That he's balancing how to strap uh, these superstars with the belts and shit like that. So yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if Penta does it, but I think that Dominic Mysterio and Penta has a great storyline for the futures to come up as far as rivals concerned and stuff like that, especially now that they're trying to incorporate Lucha Libre. So yeah, yeah, I'm not mad that he got it, but I wouldn't have been mad if Penta got it either. So
right. I can dig it. I can dig it. All right, so bet question another one. With the John Cena win, right? Do you think
yeah.
that this momentum? I know it's gonna carry him throughout the year, since this is supposed to be a farewell tour, and we're all anticipating him to lose probably last WrestleMania, maybe. I mean, next WrestleMania, maybe next SummerSlam, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that this championship can extend him at least another year while they play out some plot points, or at least do you think they'll stick to the story and go ahead and drop him off as soon as possible?
No, I believe after John Cena's 20, like he got like 26 more dates or something like that.
Okay.
Um, 26 appearances. Once those are done, I think it's done. And I'm not mad at the fact that John Cena wants to take that legacy championship home.
Yeah.
Because I think it's time for a new belt. Is basically all John Cena's doing is saying, listen, I'm going to take this belt and all the traditions of the old ways, because basically I agree with John Cena. He is one of the last great champions of the old ways.
And
Okay,
when he
from
came
the
in, he did
inception of
flip the shit. And when he
right,
came in, he did flip the game on his head, man. He came and blinged out all the belts and acted the fool. So I did that.
right, right. But see, it's like every belt has every era, every championship title has its era and its king for that belt. That's why we have like the spinner belt. That's John Cena's actual belt. We
Uh,
have this current looking belt, which is Roman Reigns' belt. We have the Winged Eagle belt, which is like Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Rock's belt. We have the solid WCW World Championship. That's like Ric Flair's belt. So
Tommy
like
George,
everybody
yeah.
has a specific belt that you know. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that Cody Rhodes should get his own crafted belt if he's going to continue to be the guy, or whoever the new generation of superstar belt, because the traditions of old is basically getting tossed out the window, and it's not about wrestling no more, more so on the entertainment side. So I like what John Cena is doing when he says, I'm taking I am the last champion of the old era. I'm going to take this and put this on my mantle. And it's also a great way to bring him back if he decides to come back ever, and have somebody kind of re-implement and regenerate or combine the new ways with the old, or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure. There's something brewing in the back on the backstory with this belt. But I hope that they allow John Cena to take this belt and put it on the shelf for a little while. So when it comes time to doing, the next superstar who's going to win his 18th championship, it's going to matter when it's him facing John Cena for his belt to commemorate. You know what I'm saying? And da da da. So I think that's what it's going to take.
Pretty dope. All right. I mean, because
Yeah.
I know I agree on the fact that his heel turn is low key great. I don't know
Yeah.
if it'll go down as one of the greatest iterations of John Cena. I mean, it will because of the lore in terms of winning the belt, shit like that. But in terms of overall entities that John Cena has had, I don't want to call them characters because that's what they do. They're like different pieces of them. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is
Mhm.
written up, it takes a lot to get into that slot, to slide into that slot. So yeah, of his many entities, though, I don't think this will be his greatest one, but I do appreciate the fact that they gave the people something different, showed the people something different than John Cena in terms of he can do that too, and letting him get that off, give him a young record. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and he was a great champion. He is a great champion because he's a champion. Ain't like the nigga ain't here. He is a great champion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I agree. It's pretty
I mean,
dope.
a lot of people was mad that The Rock didn't show up. A lot of people was mad that The Rock didn't show up, but I mean, all The Rock would have did was just make it more interesting if he would have showed up. But you know, I
Didn't
felt
need him.
like night two. No, I felt like towards the end of night two, it started to fizzle a little bit anyway. But I was just waiting for that match to kind of be over. The wrestling was not as great between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. The match was a little lackluster for me. Travis Scott come in, kind of boosted it up a little bit, but yeah, it was just kind of an eyesore at that point. I was just ready for it to be over with, to be honest.
So the women's championship joint. It was two of them, right?
Yes, Charlotte
Okay.
Flair and
And the three way and the triple threat
Tiffany.
and
Well, no,
Tiffany
Charlotte
Stratton.
Flair and Tiffany Stratton. That is
Right.
the WWE Women's Championship, and then Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. That's the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, the
Okay,
triple
so
threat.
the two matches or even individually. Uh what did Charlotte Flair look like on her return back to the I mean she's been wrestling for a minute but she hadn't been back for like how long? Like this is her first what you call it since she's been back, right? Her
Yeah,
first big
like
event.
she's been gone.
Yeah, I
She's
mean,
been out for like 18 months or some shit.
yeah, so how she look on the comeback?
Garbage,
Really? Wow.
garbage.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't. First of all, I never really was a Charlotte Flair fan. I just like the fact that she's Ric Flair's daughter, and I get to say woo. That's it. I get to go woo. Other than
Do
that,
they do that for
I
her too?
wasn't really. Yes, yes. I just don't like. I've never was a Charlotte Flair fan. Only because even though I'm not a, even though I don't like milk as much as some other people would love milk, she is the true epitome of what milk looks like, body wise, attitude wise. She is definitely that entity. And then her ring gear just looks like. I mean, how do you wear tight thong like ring gear and the shit's still baggy on you? It's like, how do you wear? I don't know. It's like when you see skinny women in yoga pants, but there's still space in between the leg and the fabric. That's what her ring gear looks like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the one. So the one with her back towards us is Tiffany Stratton, and the one in front of us is facing us is Charlotte Flair. And it's just like, them fake boobs. Okay, that's one thing, but you probably should have. She's the one that needs to get the BBW, because
Yeah, them Tiffany
how do
Stratton
you
boots
wear?
right though. These right here is doing okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Tiffany Stratton's body is not as great either, but I'm just saying, as far as Charlotte Flair is concerned, I'm just saying, how do your ring gear is supposed to be tight fitting and on you, but you still have space in between that shit. Like you really have no ass at all. Like it's just two sticks coming out of the shoulder blades. So, um, yeah,
Where
it's
her
just
arms is
terrible
going.
looking at her. It's just terrible looking at Charlotte Flair, because I can't even. I can't enjoy the wrestling because
if,
the body gets in the way.
if her ass is coming out of her shoulder blades, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Hold on.
Shit, her yeah, her shoulders have more meat on her on her body than her fucking ass do. I mean, her head. I don't know, man. Charlotte Flair needs to wear like one of them see-through dresses or something. I don't know. She needs to wear. She needs something that covers her ass because that shit is just garbage. It is trash. It is not the business. It is what I like to call yeah, yeah. This to me is what Charlotte Flair looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And I hate to be, I'm not trying to be like rude. I'm saying this is what it looks like. Okay. The back of a controller. All right. You see that there?
Hold
Okay.
up.
So look,
Hold up.
if this is Charlotte Flair's front, okay, this is what her breast looks like. And then when you turn it to the side, this is what her ass looked like. Okay. That's so it's terrible. It's terrible. Now, try to wrap the string around that shit, and it looks terrible. It's just, it's.
That's
I
hilarious.
don't know. I just,
I just want
if
to know
I
where the
can't
hell her
enjoy
arms
her, I
go.
can't enjoy her wrestling because her body is just terrible and her outfit is terrible.
That's hilarious. So I take it the three-way match was better. I just want to know where the hell her arms is gonna go if her ass is coming out her shoulder blades.
Well, they dangle off the armpits because the
Oh,
shoulder blades is taking up the arms is taking up the shoulder blades, and I mean, I don't know unless there might be silly. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Charlotte Flair is just terrible when it comes to it is nasty back there, dog.
oh, fucking
It
hilarious.
is nasty back there,
Can't even
dog.
enjoy
I
the match because
cannot.
you
I
look
can't
crazy.
lie.
That's crazy.
It just uh,
That's crazy.
uh.
So the three-way match, the triple threat with EO.
Best match of the night
Okay, okay, I can
of
dig
both
that.
nights. Out of all of the cards, out of all of the cards that they booked for WrestleMania, Io Sky, uh, Bianca. Yeah, that's that one right there. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Best fucking match of the fucking whole WrestleMania. Straight up. No, the one below that. Yeah. So the
Yeah,
second one at the bottom right there.
we don't need
Yeah,
these
that's
dudes.
the one. Yeah. That's the one right there up top. So basically that was the best fucking match. It was fast paced, high energy, high flying, great fucking body slams, reversals, recoveries.
See,
Um, it was just amazing match. I cannot fucking like if you guys don't watch anything, it's the very first match of night two. So if you guys got Peacock, I'd suggest to just go over there and watch it. I watched it like two times already um, since Sunday. I've watched it twice since Sunday. So like it was just, and I keep seeing something different. I might watch it again this weekend just because that match was so incredible. It had drama, it had passion. Bianca Belair as a heel, it just was like wow, like it wowed the crowd. It still wows me right now. You see how excited I am by talking about it. It was just phenomenal. These women are really low key outdoing some of the men in their wrestling matches. And to be honest, this should have been the main event, hands down. That should have been the main event.
so the
That was
women
the
is
biggest
sneaking
attraction.
in. The women is
Yeah,
finally
that
showing
was the
out.
biggest attraction of the night.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you think the impact of that match is going to change the way Triple H or whoever is doing the storylines implement the women in the regular Raw and SmackDown joints? Like, do you think
I
this match
mean,
wants more women's matches?
no, I think what Triple H is doing is phenomenal. I mean, he's been running the show for like the last 5, 6 years, 10 years, but this is now him holding the reins for the last 2 years. 2.5, 3 years. This is him holding the reins for the last 2, 3 years, and it's only been phenomenal since he's really been in charge. I mean, they've had great women WrestleMania main events, like I believe Becky Lynch and uh, Charlotte Flair was like the first women's main event. Um, Bianca Belair and Mercedes, aka Sasha Banks. They were the first two black women to main event a WrestleMania. I think it was like WrestleMania 35 or something like that. So I think what Triple H is doing, as a whole, is just incredible. Some of the things that they do is a little repetitive and gimmicky, but outside of that, I don't have a problem with the product. Like, it's really exciting to go back and watch wrestling right now. If you're like, oh well, it's fake or that's just for kids. I mean, you call it what you want to call it. You can't fake gravity. Yes, it's a predetermined outcome, so they know who's going to be the winner, but they still have to perform. You can still get hurt. You can still, botch a move. You can still, you still have to trust the person you're wrestling that they're strong enough to hold you up and put you down in a way to where you can wrestle tomorrow or the next week. It's not like, you know what you see kids doing in the bedrooms and shit. Like these niggas are professional. So I'm really excited about what Triple H does and what he's doing.
It is definitely a sport. So get y'all out your heads for all you motherfuckers who don't think it is, because these dudes actually put their body on the line to entertain
Yeah,
us
yeah, you got to
through a
have some type
sport
of athleticism.
that has been sporting through the dawns of time since it's what's called Romo Greco wrestling, nigga, since the Romans been doing it. So it's an actual sport. So get that out your head. And the only reason why they have predetermined winners is to move the story along. Because niggas just sit there and fucking wrestle on each other all day, every day. That should be boring as fuck, but nobody like that shit. But it's definitely a sport. Motherfuckers do get hurt. People do put their body on the line for this shit to make sure that we, as reactors, and you, as consumers, because we're also consumers, so we, as consumers, can talk about this shit and enjoy this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I commend them, man. Like all that bullshit in terms of the narrative. Fuck that. If it's entertaining, it's entertaining. You niggas watch soap operas and shit like that, reality TV and shit. So quit fucking around, clown.
Right.
Cause yeah,
Yeah, it's great. It's a great show. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Um, I can't wait to see what's going to start happening up until the next WrestleMania, because there's a lot of twists and turns that you will experience by watching the product. So if you don't watch anything, go ahead and get back into it if that's something that you like. If you got a husband who watches that shit, sit down with him and watch it with him. You got a boyfriend, sit down and watch it with him. You got a girlfriend, sit down and watch it with her. Like, it's something great for the family to kind of enjoy. It's something great to bring people together in the household, if that's what y'all into, or if that's something that y'all want to find or get into doing together. It's like having a movie night or some shit like that, like, but on a weekly basis.
I can dig it. Shout out to all the champs, especially shout out to the women.
Yeah, Charlotte
I
Flair, go
love
back
watching.
home.
I love watching women wrestle. Hey, what about my girl Jade Cargill, man? When they gonna give her a belt? Quit playing.
Jade Cargill has to. She can't wrestle to me. Honestly,
Really?
she's just a great look. She's just a good body. She's very beautiful. She's sculpted. She's sculpted like she is Cleopatra in today's time. She is super amazing. She is 100% a beautiful woman. She is the most wonderful black queen I've ever seen since shit Halle Berry in her prime, my nigga. Like, she is just that fucking awesome. But when it comes to wrestling, I do not like anything she does in the ring.
So
She
what do you
botches a
think?
lot of moves.
You think she need to go
Well,
back to school, go back to
I
wrestling
think
training,
she
and
needs to.
first up?
Well, this wrestling now is all about show and spectacle. It's not so much about the wrestling anymore, because a lot of females with her gets hurt. She hurts herself and she hurts a lot of other women when it comes to wrestling because she's not. I don't know what it is. It's something about the way she holds people, the way she executes the moves. She's. I don't feel like she's experienced enough. I just think that because she's fine and her body and her physique is just phenomenal, that they have pushed her along too fast, and I don't believe that she has enough grit in the game to do what she's doing, because like I said, she has a lot of botched moves ever since she's joined the WWE. All I see is fucked up moves. All I see is the mistakes. I don't really enjoy her acting. I don't enjoy her stories. I don't enjoy what she does as far as just being eye candy. She needs to possibly just become a manager of somebody and just look good and talk shit, and then do some foul shit in between the matches to other people.
So you don't
I don't
think she
believe she
can
should
go?
be wrestling.
You don't think she can go lab up? Go get in the young training simulator. You know what I'm saying, and level up. Like you don't think she's redeemable in terms of what I mean?
She has to fight lighter. See, she has to fight lighter women. So if Jay Cargill is 150 pounds, she's got to fight a 98-pounder white chick like a Liv Morgan. She has to fight somebody that's smaller than her that she can actually pick up and toss around and actually hold them up and move them around in the ways that looks great and awesome and professional. Other than that, I do not like how she wrestles. I don't like how she hits her marks. I don't like how she hits her spots. I don't like how she executes what she executes. I think it's just
So that's what
I
I'm
don't like
saying.
what she does.
Do you think they're using her wrong, or do you think she need to go back in the lab? They can really get to the basics and really learn this shit. Like you think she needs to
She
go
should go
practice
back to
with some great women of
she,
wrestling? I don't know
yeah,
who the hell that'll be,
most
but
definitely.
I mean, I guess
It's not even that. She just needs to go back to she needs to probably go to the NXT and fuck with them people and develop her style a little bit more, get a little bit more training and stuff like that. Because right now, all she is just a spectacle.
because
You know, I don't. I never liked how they put her with Bianca Belair to soak up a lot of game from Bianca, but by Bianca doing that, she lost a little bit of her edge, a little bit of herself because she was giving too much to Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill is still no better, and Bianca hasn't moved up in the ranks since then. Hell, she got a WrestleMania moment stolen by Rhea Ripley because you know for whatever reason. I just like I said, that's another subject I can talk about for another hour and a half. Like I don't want to talk about that shit. Honestly, she needs to go back. She needs to go back somewhere, or she needs to do something else because she's just spectacle. She's not a good wrestler.
hmm. But no, that's I mean,
She's not.
I only get the good parts because I generally get mine through clips and highlights. You know what I'm saying? So I only get the good. Plus, I
I mean,
don't
she's
have the
gotten better.
plus I don't have the eye as a professional wrestling fan to really tell when a fuck up is a fuck up, right? Like I just be, I know when shit looks sloppy for sure because it looks sloppy, don't look together, right? So I know when a
Right.
person is in there working. I know when the motherfuckers in there working, and I know when the motherfuckers just in there because they ain't getting it, right? I know what sloppy look like, but I don't know, to the extent of what a mistake is. So I probably miss it regardless. You know what I mean?
well, some of it is just sloppiness when it comes to Jade Cargo. Some like she had a mistake with Naomi in WrestleMania this year that I didn't even notice that I didn't notice that was a mistake, but you know, she like I said, she's not strong enough to execute moves with heavier, and when I say heavier, I mean just like I feel like maybe people within her weight class or a little heavier than her weight class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She just needs to be she needs to work a little bit harder, I believe, or start taking steroids. One of the two.
I'm not even gonna cap. Um, I don't think she takes steroids. I think that a lot of it is what you're saying in terms of her look. I do think she has some type of talent because she wouldn't be up there like that. But I do think a lot of that should be connections because, like the cream rise to the top for sure. Those who know what they do and get in there and do it well, which makes
Right.
for a great show. And that's kind of
Hold on.
disappointing because she does have that makeup, that look, of a WWE superstar, man or woman, right? Her body's just put together like nigga by the gods, low key, and she's real beautiful. Everything that man Freeze said was correct in terms of her aesthetics. Again, I don't know to the extent to where when she's in there fucking up, but I do know what sloppy look like, and I could agree a little bit, right? But I don't see her enough to really fully commit to the comment. But I do know that to not use her is a waste of talent, or would be a waste of talent, because she got up there, to some form of talent. Also, or should I say, offer some form of talent, but also the politics in the WWE is its own sect of shit, right? So it's a lot of that going on too. But if she sucked, then she sucked, and I believe that they should focus on labbing her up and kind of low key. You know how like coaches be doing players and shit. How everybody got their particular coaches that are particularly set to make them better, and I think that's what the NXT is supposed to be. But if they send her down there, or even if I'm pretty sure she didn't went through all of that shit, maybe she's just not getting it. I don't know, but I do know.
Nah, she left AEW and came straight to the WWE and just she was terrible. She was terrible as a solo worker, and then they stuck her with Bianca Belair, and and she started to like being a succubus. In my eyes, she was just being a succubus to Bianca Belair because Bianca was on this trajectory to continue to have a better role in the WWE, and she ends up being forced to be her mentor. Because in the beginning, I know they didn't like each other for a minute, but black people, black power, black excellence kind of trumped the fact of you're stealing from this career. So when Naomi was saying in her promos that you know I'm watching Bianca, I'm watching Bianca being you know ciphered on by this girl who really isn't a great talent when it comes to in ring performance.
Somebody
Um,
said that in a promo.
yeah, Naomi. So the girl that she wrestled in WrestleMania, it was the truth because I felt the same way. I felt like you know she kind of didn't earn the spot that she was in because when Naomi came back to the WWE, it should have been her and Bianca, and Naomi being the veteran and a good person, she allowed Jade Cargill to kind of get the spot because they was really trying to push Jade because it was about the money, opposed to safety and great in ring performances and shit like that. Jade Cargill just wasn't is not a great in ring performer at all. Like it's just, I hate to say it, like I'd rather watch a Logan Paul match
Uh,
over a Jade Cargill match. Logan Paul just came into the WWE for about a year. Yeah, he's been in the WWE for like a year, and he's wrestled some of the top guys in the industry at this moment. He done wrestled Roman Reigns. He done wrestled uh uh, AJ Styles this year. He wrestled Rey Mysterio and won a championship too. He's already a one-time U.S. championship holder in the year in the 1 year that he has actually graced the WWE. But he's an exceptional athlete. He actually takes this business for real. He does the work and he looks good being an in-ring performer. No matter how much you may not like him or you hate him because he's a YouTube influencer coming into the world of wrestling and shocking the world of wrestling with his great athleticism, he's good in the fucking ring. I cannot take that away from him. As much as I don't like him because he's arrogant and cocky, but you're cocky and arrogant, but you still perform. You still perform. He still performs. Jade Cargill is cocky and arrogant, but you can't perform. You don't perform well at all. You just look good in your fucking tights. If you put, I wish you could mix Charlotte Flair's skill with Jade Cargill's body, and that would be the perfect wrestler woman. That would be one of the most perfect wrestling women ever.
Maybe she needs to coach her up.
Which, well, we have one. We had a person like that once. I'm not gonna lie. We had a person like that once. Her name was Joni Lauder, aka China. Great intimidation, great physique.
China was
Yeah.
China was a beast, bro.
Yeah.
China was handling dudes. China was on her shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So she could possibly be the Black China, but her ass when it comes to in-ring performance. And I know China wasn't really great when she first started in wrestling. She was just more of a handler. She was more of just a bully. But when she learned how to wrestle, when she learned how to get it in, she
she
really got
turned
it
into
in.
she turned into one of the ones, bro. Because China was a dope wrestler too. Like not just because she was big and on buff, and you know what I'm saying, like had the body, had the face. It wasn't just about that. Like she get in there and get it in. Like China was dope. Nigga, in terms of female wrestlers,
Right.
she's one of the most memorable from when I was watching wrestling. And um, what's her name? Trish Stratus. And Trish Stratus was just a little ball of fucking dynamite to me. She was just a little spunky ass white girl beating the shit out of people. But yeah,
I hear you.
yeah, China was fire though.
Yeah. China is forever my I mean, okay, everybody's gonna say Moolah, the great Moolah, um, is probably one of the goats of female wrestling. Mae Young is probably another goat of wrestling, but for me, China is my number one female wrestling goat. Like it would probably be China and Lita for me. When it
Lita
comes
was
to
dope,
goats,
but
yeah, man, Bianca definitely is up there, and shit, shit, I don't know.
hey,
I don't know.
even with that, nigga, I could stay at three. Cause why in the fuck do Stephanie McMahon look crazy? Like she didn't look like Stephanie McMahon.
She's getting older. Plastic surgery.
That's what it is, plastic surgery, my dude. Cause
Yeah, she's getting older. It's plastic surgery. Um, but Stephanie McMahon is a beast. I respect the
yeah,
fuck out of
that's
Stephanie
supposed to be her
McMahon.
right there. She looks crazy. No, no. We're not doing that. Goddamn. That was a complete accident.
Yeah.
Do not fucking show.
No,
Yeah,
you know what though? I
that's
don't
what
know
it.
if Stephanie McMahon is seriously still married. I feel like I feel like when it comes to rich people, and marriage, like I don't know, because sometimes you see Triple H wearing a wedding ring, sometimes you don't see him wearing a wedding ring. It's like it's convenient to him. Uh,
Yeah.
they don't call her Stephanie McMahon Helmsley no more. It's just Stephanie McMahon. So it's like
Oh,
sometimes I
really?
wonder if they're married. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if they're still married or if it's just the role that they play in front of the public, like kayfabe. I don't know if it's still kayfabe, if they're still married, because I know they got the children. The children are fucking real. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
outside of that, nigga, I don't know if the niggas is really still married or not because they don't call her Stephanie McMahon Hemsley anymore. She's just Stephanie McMahon, and she's been Stephanie McMahon for like 2 years, 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the last 20 years she was McMahon Helmsley. So I don't know.
So let me.
So they don't call her that no more. They probably got a divorce. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. And yeah, man. Shout out to WrestleMania this weekend. Overall, what would you rate that bitch?
8, solid.
8 for both nights.
Yeah, I'd give him a 3 for night one and a 5 for night two.
For sure. Shout out to WrestleMania. All the young champions that all the young straps that exchange hands. We gonna see what the new year. Wouldn't this mark the end of the wrestling year? Wouldn't it be considered a
Yes.
new season after this?
So Monday was the first Raw after WrestleMania, which means that the new year for wrestling has officially begun, which was earlier this week, 421. And now we're developing new stories, new PLEs, which is premium live events. It's like now there's going to be new live events, new premium live events, new everything to see who's going to have that WrestleMania match, those WrestleMania moments next year.
Okay. Bet that, and wet that. Uh, fucking, fucking shout out, nigga. Uh, I low key hate that I missed it because it sounded like it was dope, right? But I mean, I really didn't even know. And then when I did hear about it, I don't have Peacock, so I was like, I catch the highlights on YouTube. So
Yeah,
I watched a few of them today off the same joint that I was just running the pictures off of. And it seemed like it'd have been
yeah.
pretty dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, seemed like it'd have been pretty dope. Pretty dope to see. I'm pretty sure everybody who went there had a fucking ball. Wasn't it in Vegas?
It was in Las Vegas. It was cracking.
I'm
It was
sure every
cracking all week.
ball, y'all, had a ball with the yes, yes, y'all. Nigga, I'm sure. For
Yeah,
sure. For sure.
yeah.
Shout out.
It was
Hey,
it
that
was
was a low key.
definitely amazing.
That was low key. That was low key dope. Damn. I gotta get Peacock again. I had that shit. I said that shit. I said I was gonna get it back a while ago when we had this conversation, but I had that shit just to watch Bel Air, nigga.
Yeah, yeah. They're supposed to be coming out with the rest of season three or another third or another season, but I don't know when that's going to drop. Low key, outside of wrestling, I've actually been watching Three's Company reruns actually, which is dope. Like it's still fucking funny. That show
Of
is
course,
comical, like
dude.
real fucking funny, bro.
A lot of the shit from our era still stand up today, nigga, for sure. Like that's for sure.
You know?
I can go back and watch Disorderlies right now, nigga. And I was a baby when that shit was out, nigga. That shit still stand up. That shit still a dope ass movie to this day. It's funny as
Yeah,
fuck. The premise is cool.
yeah.
Like, nigga, get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nigga. A lot of the shit that we had going on back in the day. That's why they're remaking all that bullshit. Because, nigga, it's just still stand up today. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
not.
but when it comes to this actual TV show, like as a kid, you just knew that it like something about that show was cool to watch because your parents watched the shit. So most motherfuckers watch what their parents watched back in those days. But to see it with the adult mind and adult eye, the shit is fucking more. It's more hilarious now as an adult than when I was a kid to watch it. So I'm
Oh,
like, man,
yeah,
it
definitely.
it really shaped my funny bone. It really helped shape what the fuck why I love comedy and why I love like I feel like we were the best. We were the best, the last of the greatest generation. Honestly, Gen X was the last of the great generation. Millennials are the tail end, ass end of a great generation. But I feel like uh 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s babies were like the last of the great generations.
Yeah, because this new generation is living off shit we made back then all the way now to this day. So they keep trying to come up with ways to remake it and redo it and re-rock it and resell it and repackage it. And, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
can
but
do.
it's ass though. It's ass.
Yeah, yeah,
The way
yeah.
that these
Because
kids is doing it.
the essence of it ain't there because we got that. We still here. It's with us. So of course it's gonna be ass because we know what the original is. That ain't
Yeah,
in it.
but
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to go through what
yeah,
we went
but these
through in
niggas
that
is
time.
entitled and shit.
That's what I'm saying. You had to go through what we went through in that time in order to capture that type of essence, right? So that's why it don't work. That's why it don't work. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, honestly, and this is probably another discussion we might have to have on another day, but I feel like young black children have lost their soul. They
Yes.
lost that their third eye connection to the source has been severed by technology. So
Yeah.
instead of plugging into the source, instead of plugging into the source, right? You plug into your device, which is artificial, and that's why we're as a society we're going down because and I'm just only talking about melanated children. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
These niggas can't dance no more. They ain't got rhythm no more. Like, black kids with no rhythm? Come on, guys.
I definitely think that's a discussion for another show. But and I can assure you, my kids got rhythm. Nigga, it ain't a dance they don't know in terms of TikTok dancing because that's pretty much how they learned they dance and shit. But definitely, because I got
Right.
I'm looking at kids grow up in this time, like firsthand, up close and personal. So it's
Yeah.
definitely a conversation that we'll have to have because I can see, not possibly the generation, but or even the generation above them. 'Cause I got a niece that's like 16 now, but that's still not
Yeah.
generation of my kids. That's just like a few ages up, a few years up. But they are a different breed, right? Like for sure. But the creativity is there. Like, yeah, we definitely have to. It's a different. We'll probably run that one on the
Yeah.
next one.
We
Yeah,
have to come up with that topic on another day.
yeah.
And chat, I might want to need we might need to go live on this one, and I want y'all to stay tuned because that's a conversation I want to definitely have with chat live, like not where y'all could reread it and rewatch it and then put your comments in. So we'll let you know when we go live for that one because I think we need to have that one live where we can actually talk to people as well and see where they minds, hearts, and body lie.
Well, actually, great thing you mentioned live because in order for us to actually get the first winner for the 300, because we own
Yes,
300 motherfucking giveaway,
yes,
we have to do it during the live
correct.
show so people can, put in their fucking cash tags or they goddamn emails, and we need y'all to do this shit
Bam.
live so we can fucking
Yeah,
know what it is and read them off and tell you what it is and all that cool shit. Um, so
right.
yeah, we'll be having to go live hella soon. I was thinking Friday, but I'm not sure what you got planned. We'll talk about that shit off air, but we will be going live soon because we do have a giveaway to proceed. God damn it, that shit ain't with nowhere. It's
Yes,
still
we
going down.
do.
We proceed
Yes,
this
it
the
is.
start's supposed to be Friday, so we gonna talk about it. We gonna get it done, and we gonna start that first
Right.
little installment on the goddamn way. So yeah, man.
On
So
the
tomorrow
motherfucking way.
we'll let you know about the live. When it's go live. When we go live, it can be sometime this weekend, Friday or Saturday. Either way it go, it don't matter to me. We'll figure it out. But yeah, this weekend, first installment going down. Thank you for the 300 who went on ahead and subscribed to shit. We
Mm,
appreciate it. Love you all.
don't
Now we on
appreciate.
our way to 1,000. Man.
Shit,
I'm
shit.
trying to get this cracking. So, like, share, and subscribe. Let me find my goddamn button because I got a button for that shit. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
share,
Cool.
subscribe, hit the button, hit the bell, hit the bing bong dome.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. This has been a goddamn installment of the Villain News Network. We ain't did this in a minute, man. This is pretty dope. Wrestle Mania edition, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? WrestleMania edition. Yeah, man. It's been dope.
Wrestle Mania.
Yes, sir. It's been dope. So, in honor of WrestleMania, man, let me get a letter and the color and the shape and the size.
All right, okay. Um, I'm gonna give you the number 17 for the
What?
17-time world,
Whoa! Champion.
universal world champion John Cena.
Shout out the building, one of my favorite wrestlers for sure of all time. And they get
Okay.
no skinny and shit, but shout out.
The color I'm gonna give you is doo-doo brown. Doo-doo brown. Don't stop. Let me see you doo-doo brown. Let me see you touch the ground. Yeah, so we're gonna go with Doodoo Brown and the number 17. As always, this
17.
has been brought to you by our affirmated sponsors, the Marathon Clothing Store, Marathon Burger, and Marathon Run Club. Run you a motherfucking lap. Hell, ladies and gentlemen, I just took me a lap this morning, yo. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm
You know
starting
what
my
I'm
motherfucking my real situation, my real deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get a little wide in the ankles down here. So I'm trying to switch my life back around to when I was more athletic, not athletic, but athletic. You know, affirmative.
Make sure you get that.
So,
Make sure you get that insurance cracking. Hey, shout out to that
oh
though.
yeah,
I'm happy for you,
yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? The
appreciate
journey
it.
is a
Thank you.
journey. The marathon is a long one. It's not a sprint.
Right.
So it shall
No.
continue. Also, heads
Well,
up,
shit.
we
Soon,
will
soon
have
as
a
I get to running, I'm gonna start. I'll start video recording when I can start running again. I'm gonna just keep it real,
yes,
ladies and
sir.
gentlemen.
As long as you
So please
start.
take care of yourself and your health and your wealth. You did what I mean? Because I'm
Yes,
doing
sir.
it so I can tell y'all to do it.
Also, I don't know if this goes with this particular subject, but we will have a
Right.
goddamn marathon burger review sometime this weekend. We'll film it, drop that bitch sometime
Okay.
next week. Yeah, we're gonna get on
All
in there.
right.
Probably me and the wife will hop on and say what we got to say about it, see what it do. So
Well, that'll
yeah,
be great too. I can't wait to see the review myself and smell it from over here.
yes, sir. Because it's going down.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll be back at you with that. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend who is a friend to be a friend and do friendly shit. Like, subscribe to this channel. Now we on our way to 1,000. The first installment of the 300 coming up sometime this weekend. Shit. Peace. You know what I'm talking about?